Welcome to You Make the Difference. I'm Wanda Walker, and today I'm interviewing Edna Foster, who is the Director of Community Action for Improvement.
Yes.
And we're so glad to have you today.
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
Yes. Let's talk about what's the purpose and goals of Community Action for Improvement.
Community Action for Improvement was established back in 1966 to be able to help to reduce poverty in the United States. We have worked hard to be able to do that, to help to move people towards self-sufficiency. We help people to remove barriers for people that are trying to work or going to work or looking for a job. So the whole goal, or the major goal, is to help to reduce poverty.
Yes, and so you're about to come up on your 50th anniversary, is that right?
Yes, we are. CAFI, Community Action for Improvement, was established December the 30th, 1966. We just celebrated the National Community Action, and then we're going to have a big event in 2016 to celebrate Kathy's 50th.
Yes, and it was part of the war on poverty.
War on Poverty, with President Lyndon B. Johnson signing into law to be able to help to establish the agencies that would be able to receive federal funding to be able to help to remove people out of poverty or to be able to assist people that's in poverty.
Yes. Now let's talk about what does CAFI offer?
Community Action for Improvement, or CAFI, we have several programs. We have a Head Start program where we assist children from birth or from pregnancy to age 5. We have early Head Start that we assist the children by they get to come to the center and they are assigned a caregiver that stays with that child until the child moves into Head Start. So you have that kind of bonding, have the child getting used to being a part of a school or school environment, and by the time they get to Head Start, they're already familiar with the other children. They start their learning process, because even in early, there are different learning things that they're working with teaching the children. And then we do have pre-K, a couple pre-K sites as well, that again, we're preparing the children to go into public school. So that's our Head Start program. Then we offer a social service program that we offer low-income energy assistance. We offer what is called Community Service Block Grant, where we assist people with the barriers that I mentioned to employment. And then we also assist some to help to prevent homelessness, where if they have a court order eviction, we're able to assist with rent. We assist people in ways to help themselves, because most people coming through our door would think that, okay, they're coming in to get a financial assistance, but the most people that come in our door, we do case management. We have a resource list where we work with the customer to call their vendors, to have their vendors to work with them to be able to help, to set a time so that they can help themselves. We have assistance where we help with mortgages, where what we do, again, signing up with the Safe Homes. Yes. We have the customers to come in, can go on a computer, and can work with signing up for programs that help to keep them from losing their homes. Also, a part of the CSBG, we're looking at utilizing resources to help the youth in the community to be able to help. One initiative that we're doing right now is working with gang violence. We're working with the Boys and Girls Club with gang violence to come up with education for children. And then we have the weatherization program. With the weatherization program, we help to assist with weatherizing homes to help to reduce the utility bills in the winter and summer by fixing whatever's necessary, so it will help to keep the heat in the winter and keep the cool in during the summer. And all of that is grant resources that's available, because we use 3 different grants. Georgia Power is a wonderful partner
Yes.
that gives back, that we're able to use funds for Georgia Power homes to do that kind of repair. And so those are our 3 major programs: the Head Start, the social services, and the weatherization.
Yes, so you offer an array of services.
An array of services, yes.
Yes, and I want to talk about each one of those just a little bit more.
Okay.
With social services, it sounds like that when people come in and they need help, you have a case manager
Yes.
who looks at them individually and as a family
Yes.
to identify what their needs are. Is that correct?
That's correct, with the key being that they do an assessment, and the individual come up with a self-sufficiency plan. So they create that plan once they come in, and to come up with things that they're going to do to help to change their situation. I think that's a real plus.
Yes.
That the case manager doesn't create the plan for them, but it's that individual plan that they create and work towards achieving their goal, as long as they're participating in the program.
Yes, and that's what I noticed when I was looking at the program on the website. There's a lot of, like, the participants participate in what they're doing.
Yes.
And so that's really good. So if somebody were to need to further their education,
Yes.
what would Kathy do about that?
Okay. Now keep in mind the different programs that's offered is income based.
Yes.
And so when someone come in eligible for the program, if they're interested in getting their GED or getting a next level education, whenever they come in and sign up and make that a part of their self-sufficiency plan, then we will be able to help them with the financial support.
Yes.
We will be able to help them to seek out and take care of the child care if that's one of the barriers.
Wow.
We're able to help them with car repair if their car breaks down and that's what's keeping them from being able to attend school, so that they can accomplish that. So there's a whole array of things that we can do that we wouldn't, each case is
Yes.
individual, and we will look at that individual case to try to meet the need.
Yes, and if somebody needed employment, how would you help with that?
Well, we will look at partners that already do the job readiness and do training for our employees. So we will have them, the case manager will actually work with them on even discussing how to interview. We will work with them on resume building to be able to help to prepare them for the job. And we work with the school system, or we volunteer with the school system when they're working with their 11th and 12th graders to teach them how to interview and how to write resumes. But for our person coming in looking for a job, we will look at helping them, helping to remove some of the fear of the interview.
Yes.
We tell them right up front, you need to dress like you want the job, that you can't just go in and apply for a job and not letting the person know that you are a respectful person and that you really want the job. So we do a lot of mentoring.
Yes.
Pull up your pants, tighten your belt, or wear a longer dress,
Yes.
wear the right shoes. And so it's a lot of that kind of mentoring that I think our customers are real comfortable with.
And don't go in your blue jeans.
And don't go in your blue jeans.
Yes.
And the other new thing is, if you're going to apply for a job, go like you are going to get that job, because you never know when you're being interviewed. You can go in and ask for an application, have on your blue jeans and your bedroom shoes. The person giving you the application may be the one that would interview you, so therefore you want to always be ready.
Yes.
Whenever you're out in the job
Your
market.
first impressions are very important, aren't they?
Yes.
And
yes.
another thing I noticed was that nutrition is a part of what you do.
Yes.
In the
yes.
Head Start and also through the social services
Yes,
program.
yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, in the Head Start, one of the things that we really feel like help the children and their learning is good nutrition.
Yes.
So when we can get the children early in early Head Start, we provide all of their milk. We provide their diapers. So that's not a expense for the parent.
Right.
Because it's important that whatever the diet that the child has, that the child can continue it even in the school part. For the Head Start children, we also have nutritionists that work with the program that help to make sure that the children are having healthy meals and snacks. Because whenever a child is in school and there's a schedule of meals and scheduled snacks, that's always a good thing. But a child at home, and you know that mama's at home, if the child is not on mama's schedule, then they may not get food, you know, as they need it, or they're not able to establish a schedule. And that's something that the Head Start program does, is sort of set a schedule eating, train or teach the children the good foods to eat.
Yes.
And that, you know, that's a real big help, that they can go home and say, hey, I want a different type of food than what they normally get at home.
I want some fruit
Some
or
real
some
fruit.
Vegetables.
Yes.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, and then also as a part of the nutrition, what we have found is that the majority of the people, especially elderly people, receive a very minimum amount for their food assistance. They call it EBT, no longer using food stamps, but they receive a small amount. So we, in collaboration with the LaGrange Food Bank, has established Feed the Valley, where
Yes.
we have over in Meriwether County and Troup County, where we have a day a month in each location that we provide food boxes for individuals. Where with the Feed in the Valley, it's a part of a program where instead of throwing away food, that it's like a commodity where we're able to get it so that we can distribute to the individuals that is in need. Now, we distribute about 150 boxes in
Yes.
Meriwether County and about 400 to 450 boxes in Troup County.
Wow.
And what we notice is the majority of the people that come are older people. And so therefore it's important to us to make sure that, you know, we're working with making sure that that's a resource that's available.
Yes. Now, is that at a set time?
That is a set time from month to month. We get the date of the next distribution.
Okay.
Where the distribution for Troup County coming up is going to be on the Friday, November the 20, whatever the Friday is, 21st or 22nd. And in Luthersville, going to be Luthersville or Meriwether County is going to be the 19th.
Okay.
And so we set that date up with the LaGrange Food Bank at the date when we're doing the distribution.
Okay. And where do they come to get the food?
In Luthersville, Meriwether County, they have it at the Senior Center. And then here in Troup County, we have it at our main office, which is 1380 Lafayette Parkway.
Okay. And what time is the food given out?
The food distribution starts at 11 because what happened is the truck usually delivers the food around 8:30 or 9 o'clock or 9, sometime up until 11 o'clock. And so we allow people to come in early as 8 o'clock, to get a number.
Yes.
And to be able to come back when we know the truck is in, rather than having them to stand and wait the 3 to 4 hours. So that's very important for us to have the resource available, but not to have people having to stand in line a long time.
Yes. And what do they need? How do they qualify, or what do they need to bring?
They have to bring a picture ID with a Troup County address if they come in for Troup resources, and Meriwether County, because it's done by county. So as long as they prove based on their address, then they're eligible for the resource. It's not an income-based program.
Okay, good. Now, just wanted everybody to know in case there are people out there that need a food box.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and then also, it says housing. What do you do to help with housing?
Well, one of the things now Kathy applied for the Rapid Rehousing Grant.
Yes.
But we have not received it. So what we're doing with housing right now is in situation where people have a court order eviction, then we're able to help them with the rent whenever they're working with other partners, help them to be able to negotiate with the landlord to be able to keep their housing or to stay in their house, or the same thing with if they're buying a home, to be able to encourage them to work it out with their loan officer to continue to stay in the home as well. But we have not received a rapid rehousing, so right now we're not able to help people move to another location. That was one of the services that was going to be available. If people are moving from into a more affordable home, then that grant was going to allow us to use volunteers and funds to assist with that. But unfortunately, we haven't gotten a rejection, nor have we received the grant. So
Yes.
if that's available, we will be putting that on the website too.
Okay, and I think maybe Dash applies for that grant too.
Well, and Dash grant is a little bit different from what this particular one
Okay.
was.
Okay.
But Dash is one of the ones that we were looking at partnering with, and if we have received a grant.
Yes, and so it also says you help with health services. Is that referral or?
That is referral.
Okay.
Part of the referral services, like even we have with the affordable health care, we have individuals that come over to help to sign people up for the affordable health care. And then also if there's a situation, if there's a health issue or reason keeping somebody from getting a job, like a test. One of the things that we have done lately is you have to have a TB screening in order to work with Head Start. If you don't have the funding for that, that's something that we are able to help with. But the health service is mostly on a referral basis. We are looking at helping people with getting glasses, but again, that would be through a referral process too with one of our partners.
Okay, and income assistance.
That part of the income assistance is talking about even if we are like during the summer, like we would. I'm trying to think. Income assistance. That's to help if somebody was working with us. Like we have seasonal workers
Yes.
that just started to help with the LIHEAP program. And so therefore, these are people that would not have jobs otherwise, that we're able to temporarily hire them, that they're able to get income for a period of time. And then also when you look at the federal programs, when you're talking about income assistance, we have about 258 employees,
Yes.
including the Head Start. And so therefore, we are a business to be reckoned with as far as employing people in the different communities.
Yes, and I want to talk about Head Start just a little bit too, because I certainly didn't realize that people could start their children at birth in
Yes.
Head Start, and I know with people needing a place for their children to stay while they work,
Yes.
that is such a help.
Yes.
And when they are in Head Start, is that a free program?
We have the certain number of slots that would be paid for by federal funding.
Yes.
Okay, in the event that we could not fill those slots, then you may hear of some people saying, oh, that's a pay family.
Okay.
But the majority of the time, we have enough that qualify for the free program itself, but we don't want to say just free because we do have a very few that would end up having to pay a small amount. When a child comes in to Head Start, whether it's at 6 weeks 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yes.
Whatever the financial situation of the parent is at that time, then that's the same financial situation that they stay throughout the program. And what that does is that even if we encourage the young parent or the new mom to get a job, to look for employment or go back to school.
Yes.
And so while they're doing that, as soon as they get a job, it doesn't sort of take away from their income by now all of a sudden having to pay for Head Start or to pay for child care. The child continues to receive the Head Start at no charge until the child move on to the public school.
Yes. And I just want to say, what counties do you cover?
Now we have 8 counties that we cover, but we have 5 core counties,
Okay.
which is Carroll, Coweta, Heard, Meriwether, and Troup. But with the Head Start program, we also add Harris County. So
Okay.
those 5 counties plus Harris County. For the weatherization program, we serve those 5 core counties plus Harris County, Douglas County, and Muskogee County.
Okay.
So we provide the weatherization for those counties as well.
And we have 3 Head Start sites in Troup County, is that right?
Yes, we do.
And we serve how many children?
We have 880 what we call regular Head Start children and 220 early Head Start children. Now in Troup County, we have the 3 sites, one located here at West Georgia Tech,
Yes.
right across the street, and then we have one on McGregor Street, and then the other one is out in West Point.
Right.
So those are our 3 centers here. But now, as far as the numbers for the Troup County altogether, I would need to look it up. But I think the numbers are, all of the slots are completely full.
And that's wonderful.
That's one.
That is wonderful. All right. And so let's talk about weatherization.
Okay.
Tell me about how that works and who qualifies and those kinds of things.
Yes, with the weatherization program, it is an income-based program. And what we are finding is the goal of the program is to be able to help and to save individuals on their utility bill. During the winter for heating, to reduce the heating costs. During the summer for cooling, to reduce costs there. And what we have found with our program is that we're serving more elderly people than others. And that's because most of the time, whenever they're living alone or whenever the spouse or children move on, then they stay in the house. When something happens or go wrong, even with the heating unit, then it's not necessarily repaired. But with the weatherization program, at no cost to the participant, we're able to seal windows, seal doors. We're able to replace faulty heating units,
Yes.
Faulty air conditioning unit, whatever necessary in order to make the house safe and more efficient.
And so about how many homes do you do a year?
Average of about 52, 53, because I'm saying that because in looking at the weatherization, it depends on what the house need is.
Yes.
And so therefore there's some that we could go in and just seal up the hose as far as doing minor repairs.
Yes.
So if we added all of the minor repairs, I think we would be close to 100 to 200.
Yes.
But the
great.
major ones, we're looking at about 52, 54.
Okay, and home energy assistance program. Tell me about that.
Okay, the home energy, and we call it low income energy assistance. With the low income energy assistance program, that's a program that is a part of the Department of Energy on the federal level, that we assist individuals one time a year on their heating and utility bills. And beginning November the 3rd, this week, we opened the program to the elderly and homebound. So 65 and older can contact their center and schedule an appointment so that we can look at determine eligibility and being able to assist them with their utility bill. December the 1st, the program will be open to all others depending on the funding. So in both situations, the elderly and all others, it's a first come, first served based on eligibility. The payment is made directly to the utility company instead of the individual. So therefore, that's something that we see as a real plus for the individual, that they know if they receive the funds, it's going to go straight to their utility bill. So that's a program that we're real excited about. The funds in the past few years have been reduced somewhat, but another way that we have Georgia Power that also gives some funds to be able to help with that too.
Yes. All right. Now, I know you work with the homeless. Tell me about your efforts with the homeless.
Well, and with the homeless, one of the things that we know that each homeless person would be a person that would be eligible for CSBG, to be able to have resources or assistant needs that we can be able to work with them on. One of the main things that we feel like if we can feed somebody, then that will help to give them the energy and encouragement to do something else. So I'm working with, collaborating with the local homeless groups and committees to be able to see how we can support, even if we need to have feeding, save some of the feeding boxes to make sure we get them to the homeless, even if we need to open up our office to be able to have or serve meals to the homeless, just whatever we can do, because that's a population that's near and dear to our hearts as well. Because again, talking self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency for a homeless person is different from self-sufficiency for a teen mom.
Yes.
But that's definitely an area I'm interested in.
Okay, now tell me, how do the services of Community Action for Improvement impact the community?
Well, I think that one of the main things is that we look at helping to encourage people to help themselves.
Yes.
We're looking at helping to move people out of poverty. And that's one of the things that whenever you help someone, that if they don't come back around and say, oh, I got a raise, I got another job, you really don't get to, quote, report it. But at the same time, we're providing it. We're helping to feed people. We're helping to pay for people assistance for whatever they need in order to keep their job. We're helping in situations to keep people from having to move out of their home and cause parents and children to be homeless in some situations. And then we're also helping with the Head Start program that we're real proud of, that we're assisting children to be very successful adults. We have a very positive list of people that went through the Head Start program that are now in positions of lawyers, doctors, teachers, and even some center managers that I have that went through Head Start. So we are real proud of the services, the impact that we are making on people's lives to better the community.
Yes, and I know you've been the director for how long now?
December 2003. I meant 2013.
Yes.
2013.
So you're coming up on a year.
Coming up on a year, and we are trying to make sure that the community is aware of the resources that's available, and we're trying to get the community more involved in what we do. We have fundraisers, we have events that we ask the community to help to support. So coming up on a year, I think we have really worked hard to let people know that we're there and that the resources are available and that we are, at the community's service.
Yes.
We're here to serve the community.
Yes, well, you've certainly put a friendly face on Kathy, and we just appreciate everything that you're doing. And I know that the people who are watching will be able to realize the services that they need to take part in, and will contact your office. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week with more of You Make the Difference.